light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys. Time to make a choice. Time to find our courage. Time to be deployed. Make our only stand here. Make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready. Kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, here's why we're fighting. It's about the bite. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Fight the war, fight that war. You gotta fight the war, cause you gotta fight it now. And if you don't know what it's for, then you can't be a cow, because cows don't fight, and you know they like milk. I don't know why, cause they don't wear silk. Oh, yep. Yeah. I just got to wrestle that round to the deck. What's up, everybody? What's going on, peoples of the internet? What is up, Call? What is up, Atomaniac? Hello, Kathleen. What's going on, gentlemen? Hello, Wyvac. Oh, Wyvac. The heck? You know what I was doing? I was scrolling up, and all of a sudden I was like, I will combine Yval and Kathleen Stack into the terrifying Transformer-like character of Y-Stack. I apologize to both Yval and Kathleen Stack. You are different people. Hi, Yval. What's up, Glob Monkey? What is going on, Fombi Zombie? Hello, Demiser. And what's going on, Duranker? Hello to the peoples of the internet. Yes. That cow rap was sour. I totally agree. 5 out of 5. Would listen again. What's up, everybody? This is very nice to see all of you wonderful peoples today. Yeah, I have no idea what was going on there. Who knows? You know, let's just never discuss this again. But it's good to see everybody. Welcome into the stream. You guys all see what we're doing today, and it is Caverns of the Snow Witch. We're doing the conclusion of Caverns of the Snow Witch. So let me say hi to all you wonderful peoples. In my typical way, we'll get rid of that, and there he is. There we go. Hello, wonderful peoples of the internet. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Cheez-Its are amazing. Yes, Cheez-Its are very, very good. Although I actually finished not long ago a salad. I don't know if you can see what's left of it. That's what's left of the awesome goat cheese salad that I had. We actually, I went with a family to a local place near where I live here in New York, and they had Latin jazz going on, so they call it Sunset Wednesdays. So we went over and spent some time over there with some friends and family, so that was very nice and chill and relaxed, and now we came back, and it's time to see if you guys can actually, figure out what happens before a death spell kills you. So that's the way this works. But it's good to see everybody here tonight, and let's just talk about a couple things coming up that I mentioned over the last couple of days. Tonight we are finishing up with Caverns of the Snow Witch. So we're going to be finishing this up this evening, assuming you guys are able to do it, if you've got the ability. So we're going to be finishing Caverns of the Snow Witch tonight, and then we're going to be moving on, assuming that there is time, and I think there will be. We're going to be moving on to the final chapter of The Wolf Among Us. I have not had a chance to play this yet. I've heard very good things about it, and it looks like I'll be able to fit it in. So if all goes well, we will finish up with the last chapter of The Wolf Among Us. And then tomorrow, mark your calendars, starting at, I believe it is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, although now I'm doubting myself because as I said that, I'm thinking, wait, is it 8 p.m. or 7 p.m.? Hold on one moment, 1 second. Let's see. Give me one moment. 7 p.m. Whew. I'm glad I checked that. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow night is the interview with Tin Man Games, and specifically Kamina Vincent and Ben. Oh my goodness, his last name has now escapes me. But both of them are higher ups in the Tin Man Games programming group. They are the folks who do the Fighting Fantasy game books for iOS and Android. And I just today actually managed to install the one that we're going to be playing on stream tomorrow with them, which is House of Hell. That's book 10, and it just happens to work out that that is the book right after the one that we're doing. So you will have a chance to see a little bit of the interface, and we'll have a chance to talk to them about what their sort of design principles are in going from the game book into the setup that they have right here, and how they designed the combat system and things they did to sort of refine what's already existing in the books, the different modes that are available as well. I managed to do a little bit of wizardry using an awesome program called BlueStacks, which actually allows you to play Android games and use Android apps on your PC relatively cleanly from, knock on wood. I mean, it seems to capture fine and everything seems to be working pretty well, so that's cool. So we will have a chance to play through that tomorrow as we interview them on stream. So you guys will be playing with us, except instead of using the Sorcery Project software, we'll be using their software and getting a chance to talk to them. So mark your calendars for that. Please come with questions and things of that sort. That would be really nice. Yeah, and you have to work all day. I know, gentlemen. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But anyway, so that's happening tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that. And then on Friday, I have to confirm this with Series Runner, but I believe on Friday, Series Runner and I are going to be continuing our co-op stream of Divine Divinity. Yes, no. Of Divinity Original Sin. So we'll be continuing our co-op stream of that on Friday. And then on, I believe, Monday, again, this is all just around, we're within a day or so, basically. It's either Sunday or Monday, and it's either Friday or Saturday. But I think it's Friday for the Divinity Original Sin co-op stream. And then next week on Monday, we will be continuing the shenanigans of D&D Next with the Infinity and Beyond crew playing Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. And then after that, I may or may not have a chance to do one more solo stream, and then I will be gone for another conference. This one is not mine. This is actually my wife's. She's going to be going to a conference down in Washington, D.C., so I'm going to be accompanying her, and my daughter and I are going to be doing a lot of the going around and checking out awesome monuments and seeing the Abraham Lincoln Memorial and checking out, hopefully meeting the president and all that kind of good stuff. So that's going to be happening next week. So I will not be here in all likelihood Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll be back on Monday, and then things will calm down a little bit, and we'll be back to the normal stream schedule, and that will generally be a solo stream of Warlock 2, the single-player campaign. That'll be with me. A co-op stream of Divinity Original Sin with Series Runner, and then the D&D Next sessions that we're doing with Infinity and Beyond, alternating with Icewind Dale that we're playing with Infinity and Beyond as well. So that is the sign up for now. And no, I'm just starting Shadow. So DC is a good time, fun trip. Oh, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I don't think I've been to actually I don't think I'm trying to think when I was in DC last. I mean, I've gone past it and around it, but I'm not sure. The last time I was in DC was probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's been a while since I've been down there. And New York is not all that far from DC, but I just have not had a chance to get down there. So anyway, it'll be fun. And the last time I did the whole tour it to like look at all the important things to America, that was probably back in 8th grade that I did that, because I used to go down to DC for debate tournaments and things like that in college. But that's where you like go down to the university and you stay there, and pretty much that's it, right? You don't do all the monuments and the memorials and all that stuff. So this will be kind of a eye-opening experience as I relive my 8th grade childhood. So anyway, you like DC Comics? What's up, Pairs 35? Your memory of her did not age as gracefully. Charming. Okay, so anyway, that's what's going on. So I hope everyone is doing well. Tonight we are finishing up with Caverns of the Snow Witch. So let us get to it, shall we? You will notice that I already have this all carefully prepared for you folks, but I do need to get some music going on. All right, so let's do that. Let me get on some good music. I think I'm gonna finish up. I almost finished with the Fighting Fantasy, that awesome album that I love. I almost finished that yesterday. I think I was on disc 5, I want to say. So let's see if I can do that. Play that in 1080p, son. All right, here we go. Excellent, cool. All right. You've only been to Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Texas, and Germany. I was just a toddler while in Germany, so I don't remember anything there. Nice. Best Batman equals Adam West Batman. Oh, I don't know, man. Christian Bale for the wins. Adam West is a different kind of Batman, I think. Okay, got that set. Huzzah. Good. And last thing is to pull up the internal images. Okay, how is the music, guys? Is the music too low, too high? Let me know how low the high or low the music is relative to my voice. There we go. Cool. Oh, man. Travel to it. I'd have to think about all the places I've traveled. I've been to quite a few places. In the United States, I've been to, let's see. I've been to every state in New England, so Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. I've been to, obviously, New York, where I live. I lived in New Jersey. I have been to Maryland. I have been to Delaware. I have been to Pennsylvania. I've been down to Florida. I've been to Georgia. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to Tennessee. I have not been to Tennessee. I've been to Kentucky. I have been to West Virginia. I have been to Ohio. I go there every year. I've been to Indianapolis. I've been to Michigan. I have been to Texas. I've been to San Antonio in Texas specifically. I have been to Nevada. I've been to California. I've been to Washington State quite a few times, the Seattle area in particular. I have been to North Dakota. I've been to South Dakota. I have been to... Let's see. I think I've been to Kansas. I drove across it. I have been to Illinois a number of times. I have been to Minnesota. I have been to Wisconsin. Let's see. I've been to Montana. I think I was in Wyoming. I was in Wyoming. Trying to think where else. Oh, I've been to Louisiana. And I think that may be it for the United States. Let's see. I've been to, and then like internationally, I've been to Canada. Let's see, I've been on the airport in England. That hardly counts. I've been to France. I've been to Germany. I have been to Austria. I've been to Hungary. I have been to Greece. I have been to, let's see, Ireland. I've been to Scotland. I've been to Australia. And I've been to Iceland because you fly through there to get to these other places. And I think that's it. So there you go. So that was cool. So I think I've been to all of those states. I believe I hit them all. I believe. I've never been south of the border though. I've never actually been to Mexico or South America, and I've never been to Asia. So I've never been to China or Japan or Vietnam or South Korea or any of those places. So you step foot in all the Great Lakes. It's nice. What's up, Zamaria? Georgia is your personal favorite state. I don't know that I'd want to set foot in Georgia at the moment, man. I think they've kind of gone off the rails politically. I'm not sure that I can handle them at the moment. Are you moving back to Georgia, really? No kidding, man. Where are you moving to Atlanta? And by the way, let me scroll back up because I don't remember if people said that the music was okay. Music sounds fine. Music is fine. Okay, cool. You're going to New York? Nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, no, that's cool. That's cool. I'd have to think about my personal favorite state. I love New England, so if it were up to me, probably my favorite state, I don't know about a state. My favorite region is New England. Probably like, I love Massachusetts. I love areas of New Hampshire and Vermont. Not sure about it. I mean, I like Maine, but I don't know that I want to live in it because it gets so cold. But probably New England would be my favorite area. Atlanta, Georgia, in the end of September. Wow, nice, dude. Vancouver. Yes, I've been to Vancouver, actually. You know what I didn't realize, Wyval? Is when I went to Vancouver, I went there for a World Fantasy Convention, and we're going to get started in just a second, in case anyone's wondering. But when I went to Vancouver, I want to say this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was not, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. I have been to Vancouver, but that's not where it was. It was Calgary. I could not believe how sort of U.S. Western it felt. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, I just had this image because when I go to Canada every year, and I generally go to Toronto, which is a very Americanized city. Toronto's amazing. I like Canada quite a bit. But I've also been to Quebec. I've been to... Oh, thank you for the follow, Piers. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Am I getting that right, by the way? Is it Pears 3585? Or Piers 3585? Is there something I should obviously be missing? I should be getting with Leet Speak that I'm missing. So I've been to Quebec, Ottawa. I liked Ottawa a lot. I've been to Montreal several times. I've been to Toronto. And I'd never been that far west. And so obviously it's west, but I just didn't realize how US west it was. What's up, Cambridge? And I didn't really realize that it was that far west. You know, like it felt like that far west. Everyone was wearing cowboy hats and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, look at Demiser falling down on the job. Look at Gentleman falling down on the job. And while we're at it, should do that too. Cambot is in. Yes, Cambot is functioning. So anyway, but I was just surprised about that Wyval. Pierce 35. Gotcha. All right, I will. If I forget that, please let me know. I appreciate it. Welcome into the Arvanauts, man. All right, people. So let us get ourselves underway. Let us get some playing today. Pierce 35 is an old thing. I gotcha. It's one of those ones that it's like it's a long story to explain how we got to that name. I'm with you. I've been there. Okay. So here we go. So welcome in, Pierce. Okay, so just to let everyone know, first of all, let me know again if the music is okay, good, bad, or indifferent. So we are playing Caverns of the Snow Witch, and you guys have done a good job in the last couple of sessions, but you have a little bit farther left to go. To summarize what's happened so far, you guys are playing Sir Percy Baltrex, the Stout Blaster, and you guys have done reasonably well getting through this book to this point. What happened was you guys were the hired muscle for a caravan run by a guy named Big Jim's son. And you came across this destroyed, basically, like, trading outpost. And he sent you off to investigate, and you eventually discovered a Yeti. And you managed to kill the Yeti, but not before the Yeti killed this trapper, who, with his dying breath, actually a pretty long dying breath, told you the details about what was happening with him and how he had discovered this woman called the Snow Witch had this plot to basically dominate the entire world. And he had found a way to get into her caverns and stop her, and then, of course, he was killed by this Yeti. So you took up the cause, you actually go into the caverns, and after a series of adventures, you managed to destroy the Snow Witch. First, you kill her, because she was a vampire. Then you managed to destroy her soul by beating her at a guessing game. On the way out, you also freed a group of her servants that she had basically enslaved to her will with these obedience collars. And you found these two friends of yours, Red Swift the elf and Stub the dwarf. But on the way out of the caverns, while you were trying to escape, you found this piece of paper that was written in a strange language. You had Red Swift the elf read it because he could read a lot of languages, and it turned out that that was a death spell, which basically put all of you under a curse, essentially. And so that means that you guys did not have a lot of time basically before the death spell was going to work. And in fact, Red Swift ends up dying. So you now are trying to find the healer, this guy who's called the healer, who's the only one alive who can basically break the death spell on you. So that's basically where we're at. Kata, what's up, bro? What's going on, the great Catabasis? What's going on, man? Good to see you, Kata. Much love to Catabasis, who was sort of my mentor, the guy who got me started in all this stuff. He's a good dude, very good dude. And yeah, I hope all is well, man. I hope everything is going well as you're getting set up for the class and stuff like that you're going to be teaching. Good to see you, man. So where was I? Yeah, so anyway, that's the deal. So you are now basically trying to find your way to the healer. Currently, your statistics are as follows. You have 15 out of 20 stamina. You got 11 out of 12 skill. You've got 8 out of 12 luck. You've had a lot of testing luck that you've had to do. You've got 90 gold. You're out of provisions, no food. You've got leather armor, warhammer, a spear, a candle. You've got 3 discs, circular, square, and star-shaped. You've got an iron key, a gold freeze resistance ring, a salted fish. That's very important, I think. A dagger and an ornate shield. And the ornate shield gives you +1 skill. You also have... I don't know why I didn't put this in here like this. There we go. You also have a backpack. Get rid of that. You also have a backpack. You've got a sword of speed, which is +1 to your skill. Leather sandals, a sling, and 1 iron ball. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that, Kata. So here we go. Sling and 1 iron ball. I will wait for the obvious, jokes to be made forthwith. As far as clues and notes are concerned, you guys have died twice in the game. We're at save point 231. You were told by one of the dwarves that you freed to beware the white rat. That white rat turned out to be a dragon that ended up attacking you guys, which you defeated. You were able to call on a genie to make you invisible. You have not had to do that yet, but that option is there if it presents itself to you in the text. You managed to use this spell against an air elemental. That's how you got this ornate shield back here. There are hill trolls gathering to the north of Stonebridge, which is where Stub is from, and the nearest water hole has been poisoned. And you guys actually got to Stonebridge, left Stonebridge, and it was shortly after that that Red Swift told you about the death spell that you had read, and then he ended up dying. So, that's the deal. Yes, that's true. I'd say there's something to that. So, all right. So, with all that said, now that we got all the notes set down, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to go? Chat, are you hyped for the conclusion of Caverns of the Snow Witch? Is your body ready? Is it ready? Is your body ready, chat? Alright. My body is ready. My body is ready. Arc. Fail. Shudder. That's deeply troubling. Pierce's body is ready. That's good. What emote is that? Is that Rainbow Warrior? I can't quite... I'm like hovering over it, but I can't see the other part of it. My body is ready for a bit. Good to see you, Helmus. Alright, well then let's get it on. Okay, so you were at save point 231, which is where we finished last night. You were at the top of a hill that you guys just walked up to. So here we go. And then Cries needs a chocolate bar. There you go. The hill slopes down into a gorge, which runs east to west. You walk slowly down the hill into the gorge and turn left. After walking for a while, you see the entrance to a cave halfway up the left-hand side of the gorge. Do you wish to climb up to the cave or keep walking up the gorge? And Pierce, in case you don't know how we do things here, you guys vote on just about everything, and this is one of those examples. What's it going to be, guys? BC Warrior? BC Warrior. What? Who's our roller? I'm assuming that fairly soon we're going to get Kilobyte in here, who was here last night. And if not, then we will designate someone else to be the roller. That's all. He also is our mapper too, so. Yes, F caves, keep walking. Dice roller for cot. I know you mean chat, but okay, so we got a vote for keep walking down the gorge. A vote for cave because YOLO. It almost feels like when you're doing that, okay, walk along. It always feels like when you say cave because YOLO that you're basically like cave because this is a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like, is there ever a case where YOLO is a good idea? Like, YOLO is something you do and you're like, awesome, YOLO, and you feel good while you're doing it, but YOLO is never actually a good idea, like, in real life, right? You know what I'm saying? Not quite that way. Okay, Wyval says to keep walking. Fombi says, let's to the cave. Keep on walking. I'm too sober to type correctly. Walking. What's up, Roix? Good to see you, man. And again, guys, is the music good? Is it not too loud? Okay with everybody? Just want to make sure we don't blow anyone away. I'm gonna ace this test, YOLO. No, but it would be like, I should study for this test. Oh, no, you could do that, or you could actually, you know, stay up until 6 in the morning with your friends at a diner and not actually study and then stumble into class at 9 in the morning because YOLO. You know what I mean? That's where YOLO comes into play. It's not, I'm going to study for this test because YOLO. It's, I'm going to do something which makes it very likely I'll fail because YOLO. You know what I mean? Toddler shirt that said, you only live once, so have fun. Hilness says cave. YOLO is carpe diem for stupid people. That's funny. YOLO is carpe diem for people who don't speak Latin, right? That's funny. Toddler shirt. You only live once, have fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'd prefer to change it to you only live now, because that way people would focus on what they're doing in the now. You know what I mean? Because if you say YOLO, people get mad because, well, what, is there an afterlife? Is there not an afterlife? And all that stuff. You duck out of all of that and you just say, you only live now. Like, you are living in the present time now, and the future will take care of itself. You can make future plans, and that's fine. But if you live in the now, then you will help people in the now. You'll do what you can to be fully present in the now, as the Buddhists say. And so it should be Yoln. Can you make that a thing instead of YOLO? Just be like Yoln. It doesn't have the same ring, right? Y-O-L-N? Yoln? No? Not gonna have the same. Yeah. YOLO is not a substitute for God. Yoln, there you go. That's it, Samaria. Yoln. It does sound Celtic. Rename the character Yoln. Yoln. We renamed the character Yoln. Sir Percy Baldtrex the Stout Blaster, comma, Yoln. I like that because the comma Yoln, everyone's like, wait, what? It doesn't need Sir Percy Baldtrex the Stout Blaster, comma, Yoln. And that way people will be like, what the hell is Yoln? And we'll be like, wait till you find out. Okay, so we have 5 votes for keep walking down the gorge and 3 votes for go up to the cave. So I'm going to close this down in just a moment. Going once, going twice. You only live multiple times. That's true. See that? But then all of a sudden it's like not, you know, it doesn't really... Well, there's also, you only live karmically, which is... Yoka. Okay, sounds good. Nightcat, thanks for stopping by, dude. I heard, I heard very good things about the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes movie, so have fun, man. I heard the movie was good. I don't know, you know, sometimes. I guess it could have been. So, alright, so we're going with keep walking down the gorge is what we're looking at. Alright, you get very tired walking up the gorge and do not pay attention to where you are treading. you accidentally step on a rattlesnake, which strikes at you with its deadly fangs. Now, here's where we are going to need someone to be able to handle the dice rolling abilities. Now, you guys were very, very happy with Kilobyte last night, so I'm happy to have you guys... one thing you could do is you could hand over the dice rolling duties to Kilobyte when he gets in, but in the meantime, we do need to designate someone as the dice roller. So the way this works, guys, is we basically just need someone who has either 2 6-sided dice, like physical ones, or who can just use like a dice roller, of which there are about 6 trillion on the internet, to roll 2 6-sided dice. So do we have a volunteer who's willing to do the dice rolling? Until Kilobyte shows up. Hey, Tachyon, what's up, man? Good to see you, Tachyon. What's up, man? Sure. That's fine with me, Wyval. Unless anyone has an objection. Alright, Wyval. Alright, sounds good. No, Wyval's not like that. There is actually... I know there are some people who might theoretically do that. I know some people who could actually probably cheat just for the fun of it. Like, I love Glob. I love Glob Monkey, but I would not trust Glob Monkey to roll dice because Glob has too much of an interest in seeing crazy things happen in chat. So he would be like abstract random. He'd just be like, hey, I'm going to roll, like, you know, this time I'm going to make it where we choose to have a jump on a bicycle and sing show tunes while delivering birthday cakes to fish in the river. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, but you only live once. YOLO, you know. So, you only roll once, YOLO. Oh, that's cool, Pierce. Yeah, that's fine. Normally we have dice rollers and everything all set up, but this is, you know, we are waiting some people to get in, so. See you, Demiser. I rolled a 7.3. Okay, Wyval, here we go. So, what we do here is we are testing luck because you've just been bitten by a rattlesnake. So you need to roll 2 dice, and then tell me the total that you get. You're aiming for 8 or less, because that's what your luck currently is. And Pierce, just in case you don't know, every time you test your luck, if you roll the amount of your luck or less, you're lucky, but every time you test it, the number drops by 1. So, Yahtzee, the best source of 6-sided dice ever, that's true. So yeah. What about me? What? Glob, I was saying that if we made you the dice roller, Glob, we made you the dice roller, there would be too many times where you would do something random to try because you wanted to have fun with chat, and so I could never tell whether the dice roll was actually the real roll or not. You'd be like, I rolled a 3, you know what I mean? He rolls a 9. You were unlucky. Not a good start for Wyval. I'm just giving you a hard time. The rattlesnake bites you on the leg just above the rim of your boot. Before you can cut off its head, it empties the poison from its fangs into your leg. You lose 4 stamina points. Ow! If you are still alive, and you are, you drain off the poison and limp up the gorge. The other bad news is that you're down to 7 luck. I like Yahtzee a lot. I think Yahtzee's very funny, and I actually think he has some good things to say about stuff, so. Bad Wyval Riot. That's alright, Wyval. That was, you got the bad one out of the way. Everything now is going to be all like double digits. You're going to be all exactly what we want from now, this point forward. Okay, you guys continue to walk along. You see a rope ladder hanging down from one of the trees on the left side of the gorge. Looking up, you can just make out the frame of a wooden hut, almost hidden among the branches. Do you wish to climb up the ladder to the treehouse or continue up the gorge? Oh, I was sort of referring to your sense of humor, Glob. You can't hear me through the buffer? Oh, sorry, dude. My plan is working. Okay, so what's it going to be, guys? Climb up to the treehouse or keep walking up the gorge? Can't hear me through the buffer. Pierce says climb up. I think Gentleman says treehouse, climb up. I had a treehouse when I was a kid. It was awesome. Wasn't super easy, though. My dad built the whole thing. It was really cool, but the ladder was a little bit shaky, so getting up to the treehouse was always a little bit dicey. But once you were up there, it was badass. Climb up le house de tree. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's more la maison d'arbor would be it. That's terrible pronunciation on my part. Arcades. What's up, Arcades? Arcades wants treehouse. For show. Alright, Yval says, nope, keep walking. This is treehouse music, by the way. Treehouse climbing music. Alright, 4 votes for climb up the treehouse. 1 vote for keep walking up the gorge. Anyone else? Jedi Knight says treehouse. Buongiorno. That's Italian. Alright, climb up to the treehouse. 5 votes for climb up to the treehouse. 1 vote for keep walking up the gorge. Yeah, and Glob, maybe give it a try with like a new browser too, also refreshing. I'm not dropping frames on my end, so I don't think it's on my end, I don't believe. Call says to walk. By the way, is it call or is it colics? Is it like X-colics or is it call? That's the problem, is so many people use X's to like set off the rest of their name that I sometimes can't tell if it's like X-colics or if it's like badass call between the X's. Kanoya Ninamoro, climb up to the treehouse. Oh, that's awesome, Kathleen. Kathleen, is that Korean? What is that language? That's awesome. Kinoya Ninaboro. That would be just an awesome name for a band. I think Kinoro Ninaboru would be an awesome name for a band, and then someone would say, what does it mean? And I'd say, climb up to the treehouse, and they'd give me a weird look. So, that's why I couldn't name a band Kinoyo Ninaboru, but it's too bad. Walk on, we are a grown-ass man. That's funny, Glove. Japanese, Kinoyo Ninaboru. Very cool. That's awesome, I love that. Call, it is call. Cool. Alright. Alright, going once, going twice, climbing up it is. Alright, here we go. As you climb the rope ladder, you hear the noise of shuffling feet on the platform above you. Oh, old EverQuest merger name. Ah, that's cool. I played EverQuest back in the day. You climb through a hole in the platform, but you are not greeted by the healer. Instead, you are greeted by this. Let me get you guys the picture. Hold on, I'm getting you guys the picture. Bear with me. I see it, but... Okay, I know how to adjust it. Okay, I'm going to do this image, and this guy has actually played through a lot of these books, so he has highlighted the number of skulls in this picture, which I think is kind of funny. Ladies and gentlemen, climb up to the treehouse! Exactly. I bet people would go wild. You know what? I bet that would be just sort of like bizarre enough that people would be like, hell yeah. I love climb up to the treehouse. They're awesome. Anyway, so when you guys see this picture, you'll see that they've actually, the guy who was playing through this and listed this actually highlighted the number of skulls that are painted in this picture. Second to capture it. All right. So this is what you guys actually see. One of your favorite bands is named after baked goods? Really? Some of the best music I've ever heard. Their foundation is a bit yeah, very nice, very nice. I think they really need to learn to branch out, don't you, Pierce? Oh, yeah. I can see Pierce is going to get along. We're going to get along real well, Pierce. I can see that already. You have intruded in the hideaway of a vicious man-orc. You draw your sword as it reaches for its axe. You must fight the vicious man-orc. It's not a man. It's not an orc. It's a man-orc. And it's time for you to man up and face the man-orc. Okay. Good news is that this guy is not a giant. Haha, Mork. Oh, man, this guy is just skulking around. There you go, Roix. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. He's trying to bone up on his skills. Oh, yeah. What's up? Okay. Nanu, Mork. All right. Okay, so here we go. You know the way this works, Wyval, having done this for a while. I'm going to roll 2 dice, add it to the man-orc skill. You're going to add 2 dice, add it to your skill. Whoever has a higher number deducts 2 stamina points from the other person. Oh my god, he starts strongly. He's like, why are you in my treehouse? Wham! With a 12, he gets a 20. So you will need a 9 to tie or a 10 to beat that roll. Very nice, very nice. That's what I like to see. Ahead of the competition. Yeah, he's got a lot of skell. A ton of it. Skeleton. Skeleton. Oh, yeah. Correct. Rolls an 8. Alright, that's not going to do it. Drops down to 9. Alright, next time comes around. Oh my god! So, he kind of gets really angry and hits you again with the exact same score I just rolled. So, yeah, you're going to need it. Oh, Wyval is like, I don't want to be out of your treehouse. Waplow! Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. This time, he's sort of stunned, and he hits you with a 5, a 13. All you need is a 2 to tie, a 3 to beat. You need to keep a level head or lose it. Yeah, this is proper battle music. That's all you need is a 2 to tie, a 3 to beat. And that recta mode is awesome. Gets an 8. Alright, so he's down to 2 stamina. He's looking pretty messed up. This time he rolls a 10, one desperate attempt. He has an 18, need a 7 to tie, an 8 to beat. Oh, a 3. That's not going to do it. Alright. This time he rolls a 5, so you got a 13, so we need a 2 to tie, a 3 to beat. So you roll that 3 again, you'll be fine. And an 8, and that takes him down, and with a thud, the man-orc dies. Waplow. Very nicely done, Wyval. Very nicely done. The only items you find that might be of use are a candle and a tinderbox. So I'm actually going to list here. You now have 2 candles. And you have a tinderbox. And let me see if I can... Just so I don't have to add another line. I'll just spell it the way he spells it, because he's crazy and British and all. Alright. Well done, Wyval, well done. Yes. Alright, you find a candle and a tinderbox. You take them and climb back down the ladder to continue walking east up the gorge. Sadly, you cannot eat the fish's provisions. You wish. You wish. You walk around a large boulder and see a huge man sleeping in the shade. He is lying on top of some animal skins, snoring loudly. His 2-handed battle axe lies propped up against the boulder. He is a barbarian, and it would be foolish to wake him up, so you decide to tiptoe past him. If you are wearing elven boots, sadly you are not wearing elven boots. And as a consequence, as you try to move past him, Barbarians are used to people creeping up on them, and the noise of your boots on the stony ground wakes him up. Barbarians also fight first and ask questions later. He jumps up and grabs his battle axe to attack you. And I'm actually, I'm going to see if I can find this, this drawing, because this one is funny. See if I can find this. The illustrations in here are some of my favorite in the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series. I love these illustrations. Oh, come on. He's got to have a picture. I don't know if I have a picture of this for this guy. I may have to just do the ghetto method and show you guys what it shows me in the book. That would be unfortunate. Alright, hang on. Bear with me here. Ah, it's so disappointing, man. I love this picture. Nope. Doesn't have him. Well, that's a shame. Alright. So you guys, I'll just have to do this Theater of the Mind stuff. Let me get you guys the cover image. So this is what the guy looks like. Tell me that this isn't an awesome picture. See that dude? Look at that dude. That guy is not happy with you. He's like, why did you wake me up? Now I'm going to hit you with my axe very hard. See? That guy's a badass barbarian right there, and he's dealing with you right now. Alright, so the barbarian is going to fight you. Now, this guy's a little tougher than the man-orc. Skill 9, Stamina 8. It is He-Man. It is definitely He-Man, for sure. Okay, Skill 9, Stamina 8. Alright, looks like Stallone is a barbarian. Alright, so here we go. I have the power. Alright, so here we go. He's really upset and he starts, but he's still a little sleepy because he just woke up, so he only is able to roll that time a 5, which gives you a 14. So you need a 3 to tie and a 4 to beat. 3 to tie and 4 to beat, Wyval. Yeah, that guy, that is definitely like bed hair. That is bed hair, without a question. Dwayne Johnson to bulk up for the Hercules roll. 7. Alright, 7 is going to do it, so he gets hit. Alright. This time around, he rolls an 8, so he gets a 17. Need a 6 to tie, 7 to beat there. There? Really? It'll be awesome. And a 10, that is going to do it. You knock him down to 4. Now, you started strong the last time, so let's keep it up this time, Wyval. He gets a 6, so that's a 15. You need a 4 to tie, 5 to beat. Hey, Lego is here, our standard dice roller. But go ahead, Wyval, finish up with this battle, and then you can fight it out with Lego. Welcome back, Lego. Go ahead and finish up with the fight, though, Wyval. Welcome back, Lego. I hope that you enjoyed orientation. How was orientation? A 10. Very nice. How was orientation, Lego? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Oh my goodness, he rolls an 11. That's a 20. He comes with his axe straight down on your head. He seems very upset. You need a 9 to tie, 10 to beat. He does get the 9, so he gets enough to tie. All right. You manage sting, so you ward off his axe. This time he comes in with a 7, which is a 16. So all you need here is a 5 to tie and a 6 to beat. You actually only died twice. 2 times. Good to see you, Lego. Welcome back, man. So, yes. And he rolls a 5. A 5, let's see. Got a 7, a 5. That is a tie. So again, sting. So again, no harm, no foul. This time he rolls, oh my goodness, a 12. It's a 21. He needs a 10 to tie and 11 to beat this time. I'll roll with it. Snake Eyes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fail. Fail. Possible fail. This time he rolls a 7. With that 7, he gets a 16. Need a 5 to tie, 6 to beat this time around. It was actually Kilobyte, I think, did the dice rolling both times, I think. Yeah, lose low. Wrecked, yeah. I think it was basically Kilobyte. A 7, and I think that is going to do it. Let's see, 16 said yes. So the barbarian falls to the ground with a crash. You successfully do it. All right. You have killed the terrible barbarian. The barbarian's only interesting possessions are an engraved copper armband and a leather pouch containing 3 silver arrowheads. You take the arrowheads. In fact, I'm going to list those now. And you also find... Let me write down that tinderbox. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of those. All right. Now let's move this up like this. There we go. Cool. All right, so you find this tinderbox with these 3 silver arrowheads. Hey, happy birthday, Fisk. What's up, man? Rip. I like it. Good to see you, Helness. Good to see you, Fisk. Happy birthday, man. Oh, no problem, Kill. Thanks a lot for stopping by, dude. Thanks a lot for telling us. Our Lego is here, so we'll be able to, between him and Yval, we will manage to carry on. Thanks a lot for stopping by, dude. We'll see you later on, Kill. Let me see here. Okay, so 3 silver arrowheads. You take the arrowheads and you look at the engraving on the armband. On the armband, you can just read the words, strength is power. Do you wish to wear the armband or not? So will you wear the armband or keep moving, chat? That's the question. On the armband, it says strength is power. Will you wear it or not? Yeah, for sure, Kill. Congratulations. Officially a Fresno State Bulldog. Nice. Congratulations, Lego. Wear it with pride, he says. Gentleman says no. Hilna says yes. Don't wear, knowledge is power. Let's see, wear it for science. What is our strength? Your skill is 11 right now. Your skill is 11. Move on, knowledge is power, not strength. In before strength is power, you have none, you die. Call says move on. If you guys hadn't woken him up, you know, by like falling all over him and then punching him in the face and, you know, calling him a jerk, I'm sure you all remember doing that. This never would have happened. Pierce says wear it. All right, we have 4 for wear it, 4 for not. Jedi says wear it. All right, we got 5 for wear it, 4 for not wear it. Going once. Going twice. And on we go with wear it. Okay. The armband is charmed with magical power. Add 1 skill point. All right, I got you, Kathleen. So you put it on and you get 1 skill. You guys are back up to your maximum. You're back up to 12 again. So you guys have an armband of strength. Okay. All right. I know, that's true, Adam. It's true. He called your mom names in his dreams. I know, it was totally his fault. I mean, you know, I can't believe you guys didn't actually do even more to him. I just was amazed. Okay. So you guys add 1 skill point. You do not lose 1 intelligence. Knowledge, how about you punch you in the face? Exactly. You realize that you must hurry on up the gorge before the death spell runs its fatal course. To your right, you see a huge slab of rock, and carved into it, you see this. I'm going to be upset if they don't have this picture. Why do they not have this awesome picture? So disappointed they don't have some of these awesome pictures. Bear with me as I try to find it. Hold on 1 second. And they had all of the illustrations early on, and then the later ones, like, just faded away. They do, however, have a lot of... Sometimes what they come up with in image search is sort of interesting. They didn't expect anyone to make it this far. I know it, right? So, alright, they don't have this, which is annoying, but I'll show you guys the picture. To your right, you see a huge slab of rock, and carved into it is this. You guys see that? You guys see that picture? Carved into the rock is the head of a fabulous bird surrounded by flames. Rough steps lead up the side of the rock slab to the mouth of a cave. Do you wish to enter the cave with the with this bird of fire that's listed next to it on it? That's a nice looking rooster. So are you going to climb up the cave to the cave? Hilna says yes. Tachyon says yes. Wavel says no. Fombi says yes. Enter the fabulous grilled chicken. Cave, cave, because that hard rooster looks compelling. Very cute, Pierce. Yes, indeed. I vote spelunking. We are definitely Cave Johnson. It is definitely looks like a phoenix. That would not be surprising, Hilness. It definitely looks like one. Which, by the way, is my favorite mythological bird. Lemons! Go in there. There is chicken up there. Jedi says yes. All right, people are strongly in favor of going up this cave. All right. Let's see. It's a cave of the Phoenix. There you go. Oh, minimize the battle. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. Thank you, Adam. My bad. Sorry, I apologize. I missed that. Okay. Sorry, I forgot that I had it on still. Peering into the cave, you see that it runs deep into the side of the hill. Torches cast an eerie light inside the cave, illuminating wooden carvings and masks that are hanging on the walls. And you guys see this. Now, this one I know exists. Although the guy had to mark all over it. Yeah, apparently we gotta... There we go. Alright, let me put this up there. Alright, this is what you guys see. There we go. Oh, very nice, Pierce. Pierce, that's awesome, dude. Okay. You step inside and see a robed figure sitting on the floor with its back to you. Without turning round, the mysterious person says, I am the healer. If you have come to be healed, stand before me now. Your heart beats faster as you walk over to stand in front of him. Before you is a man who is horribly disfigured. His body is terribly twisted, but he sits there proudly, although pain registers on his face. You tell him that you have been cursed with a death spell and have come to be cured. The healer nods his head and says, The power of a death spell is difficult to destroy. I have only managed to break it once, and it wasn't easy. A ritual has to be performed which you might not survive. Still, you must try. I will help you as much as I can. First, you must place a mask of life over your face to halt the spread of the death spell. If you survive the initial battle between life and death, you will be able to face the second stage of the reversal process. The healer then takes a strange mask off the wall carved to symbolize the sun. As you place it over your face, you feel as though your body is being torn apart. Roll one die and tell me what you get, please, Wyball. Just one die. You must rise from her own ashes, yeah. You must actually be the phoenix. Well, you know, Kathleen, I mean, listen. Sometimes things happen. Alright. That number is the number you must subtract from your stamina score. You guys are alive with 1 stamina point. Don't trip, is all I gotta say. The healer walks over to you and puts his hands on your forehead. He mutters some strange words and stands back, saying, Later stages of the reversal process are also dangerous, but the danger can be reduced if you possess certain things. My help from now on will be limited, as you will have to journey to another place to break the death spell completely. Please, follow me. The healer walks further into the cave, leading you to the edge of a pit. There is almost no light, and you have to strain your eyes to see the outline of the healer moving about. A log spans the pit before you, and you must cross it to reach the inner cave. It will obviously be easier to cross it if you can see where you are going. Do you have a candle? Asked the healer. Chat, do you have a candle and a tinderbox? Do you have a candle and a tinderbox? I know, don't prick a finger, we may die. We have salted fish. The chicken crosses the road and trips us. That's funny. Do you guys have a candle and a tinderbox? Yes, you do. In fact, you just got it. See, you guys beat that you beat down the man-orc, and because of that, you have a candle and a tinderbox. If you hadn't beat that man-orc, you wouldn't have it. So, good job, guys. Yes, we do. You light the candle and look across the pit. It is about 15 meters wide, and the log is quite narrow. The healer tells you to walk across it as soon as you're ready. Okay, roll 2 dice, Wyval, for me, please. Tell me what you get. Roll 2 dice. Want to eat the candle? No, you do actually have both. A 7 is enough. It needed to be the same or less than your skill score, and you guys, because of that armband, have worked your way back out to 12. Walking slowly and carefully, you reach the other side of the pit, much to your relief. The healer walks casually across the log as though the pit was not there.
Good,
He says,
now you must prepare yourself for the next stage. In order to survive, you must be totally calm. If you have a dragon's egg, I can make you a relaxing concoction.
Sadly, however, you do not have a dragon's egg. The healer shakes his head and warns you that the next stage is going to be very difficult for you. He then tells you to walk ahead of him. You suddenly hear a woman howling terribly in the depths of the cave. Her mournful wail rises to a horrible, bitter scream. The healer whispers to you that the cries come from a banshee, a hideous specter whose face and hands are shriveled and who only has one large nostril and a single tooth. He tells you that if you walk by her without fear, you will come to no harm.
Do not speak to her, touch her, or even acknowledge her presence. She cannot harm you if you obey my instructions. I will be right behind you, but do not worry about me,
the healer says calmly. You walk further into the cave until the dreaded banshee comes into view. Let me show you guys this. Alright, let me pop this up here. Let me show you what you guys see. Alright. This is what you guys see. She looks friendly, right? She looks totally awesome. Banshees. You walk further into the cave until the dreaded banshee comes into view. She looks even worse than the healer's description with her red-rimmed eyes and stooping posture. You try to remain calm, but you feel the blood racing through your veins. What's up, Shadow Mage? Good to see you, man. She stands immediately in front of you as you try to walk by, letting out the most doom-laden howl you have ever heard in your life. You are tempted to look into her face and cut her down with your sword. You have not drunk the dragon's egg concoction because you didn't have one. Good night, Helness. You instinctively clutch the hilt of your sword as the healer's words of warning echo through your mind. Roll 2 dice and add 2 to the total. Roll 2 dice and add 2 to the total and tell me what you get, Wyval. It's like Indiana Jones, yep. As you look at her, she starts hopping around. Oh my goodness, Wyval. Even with that extra 2, what this is if that total had been greater than your skill score, you guys would have been in trouble. But you rolled very well, so the total is less than your skill score. Between her screams, the banshee tells you that you are going to die. However, the healer enables you to resist the temptation to draw your sword to silence her, and you manage to pass by her unharmed. The healer is right behind you, urging you to hurry through the cave. You walk on in silence until you see sunlight streaming through a crack at the end of the cave. You see that the crack is just wide enough for you to squeeze through, and you ask the healer, "What will happen next?" He calmly replies,
"This is as far as I go. The final part of your ordeal you must face alone. Wearing your mask, you must be at the summit of Firetop Mountain before dawn to watch the sunrise. You must sit cross-legged facing east. You will be totally cured the moment the first rays of sunlight come up over the horizon. If you have something made of silver, we will be able to attract a Pegasus to fly you there."
Chat, do you possess a silver object? Do you possess a silver object, chat? Have you a silver object? Yep. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry. This, even with this layout, you guys have so many objects. There it is. You guys have 3 silver arrowheads that you got. And by the way, I should use one of those candles. You guys got 3 silver arrowheads from, what do you call it? From the guy, from the barbarian that you defeated. So you do, in fact, have some silver objects. You hand the healer your silver object. He throws it through the crack and whistles loudly through his fingers. A few moments later, you hear the noise of flapping wings outside and see the healer smile briefly.
Tie the silver to its mane and command it to take you to Firetop Mountain,
says the healer.
A Pegasus will fly you anywhere for silver. This is where we say goodbye. Good luck. I hope you make it.
You shake the healer's hand, thanking him over and over again. Then, waving goodbye, you squeeze through the crack into the daylight. Before you stands this. Let me see if I can find this. Man, do they not have this? Ah, it's such a shame. This is a good one, too. Alright, well, I'll have to show you guys. So you guys see this.
This is not an old man voice, Atomaniac. This is the voice of someone who's terribly twisted and disfigured. If you wish to hear an old man speak, perhaps you would speak this way. An old man who doesn't like it when kids are on his lawn. Now get off of them, you fool.
So you guys see this. It is, in fact, a Pegasus. That was what I used for Ishmael.
Stay a while and listen.
Okay, before you stands a magnificent beast. It looks like a white stallion, but it has wings. You tie the silver to its mane and climb onto its back. You shout your destination, and suddenly you are flying through the air, clinging on to the neck of the mighty Pegasus. It is not long before you reach the mountain and land safely on the summit, which is covered in strange red vegetation. You jump down from the Pegasus and watch it fly off into the distance. You sit down to rest and wait for sunrise. Okay, and let me get rid of one of those arrowheads. Okay. The red leaves all around you emit a sweet smell, which you find very pleasant. You feel very relaxed and suddenly have trouble keeping your eyes open, even though it is only early evening. You are unaware that you are lying on sleeping grass. You sink into a deep sleep full of vivid and exciting dreams. Night falls and time passes by, but you cannot wake up. The moon drifts slowly across the clear night sky until dawn is only minutes away. A tiny image disturbs your dreams, but it is difficult to make out. It grows steadily larger until the flashing image fills your mind. A bird with a long beak and fine plumage is trying to fly out of a circle of flames. The healer is trying to wake you. If you can focus your mind and remember the name of this bird, which is the symbol of the healer's power, your dreams will end and you will be able to rouse yourself. Do you believe this bird to be a phoenix, or do you believe this bird to be a griffin? What do you think, chat? Is it a phoenix or is it a griffin? What is it? Yeah, it is not a chicken. Pierce says Phoenix. Wyval says Phoenix. Kathleen says Phoenix. Adam says Griffin. Shadow says Phoenix, because the description mentioned fire. Lego says Phoenix. Glob says Griffin. Arcade says dinner. Also Phoenix, he says. I'm at Phoenix, Arizona. Yes, of course you did. All right. 6 votes for Phoenix, 2 votes for Griffin. Anyone else? Anyone else? Going once. Going twice. Alright. And Call says Phoenix as well, alright? They sort of have the body of a lion, yeah. Majestic Dodo Bird. Alright, looks like Chad is in favor mostly of Phoenix. We have 7 votes for Phoenix, 3 votes for Griffin. I just got Fombi's vote in there. Alright, going once, going twice. Alright, Phoenix is the vote. The image of the bird fills your mind. While you are still asleep, you sit up and shout the word Phoenix at the top of your voice. You wake up startled, wondering why it is dark. Then you realize that you have been asleep for hours and that the sun will rise at any moment. Adjusting your sun mask, you turn to face east, hardly daring to blink in case you miss the first rays of sunshine. A red glow appears on the horizon, and then you see the sun slowly creep up into view. You are cured of the death spell. It is the beginning of a beautiful day. A day which is probably going to be the most enjoyable of your life. The spirit of the evil Snow Witch has been destroyed, and you are cured of her terrible curse. As you climb down the mountain, you think about the kind, unselfish healer, and of your friends Red Swift and Stub. You are suddenly eager to meet the jolly old dwarf again and set off towards Stonebridge as fast as you can, hoping that he will have returned from Darkwood Forest. You have earned yourself a welcome rest, although whether or not you will get it is another story. But for now, you have won and defeated Caverns of the Snow Witch. Here you go. Oh, yeah, chat. See you, gentlemen. Victory! You guys have won with 1 stamina point, by the way. 1 stamina point was all you guys had left, but you did, in fact, defeat Caverns of the Snow Witch. Good work, guys. That was close. Oh, I understand, Adam. I understand, man. That's cool, man. Good job, guys. I thought you guys were going to be able to do it today. You did really well yesterday to get as far as you did. But, yeah, all of that was clutch because you had so little stamina left. You pretty much were... There wasn't a whole lot else you could do. So you guys successfully did it. You defeated Caverns of the Snow Witch. And you guys have now won a grand total of 9 of these game books. You have defeated the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, the Citadel of Chaos, the Forest of Doom, Starship Traveler, City of Thieves, Island, Death Trap Dungeons, Scorpion Swamp, and Caverns of the Snow Witch. And of course, the next one that you guys are going to be doing, you're going to be doing tomorrow, and that is House of Hades in America, House of Hell in the UK. So we're going to be doing the House of Hell one tomorrow. So, night, Adam. So, what'd you guys think? Did you guys, was that fun? I hope. And we're not stopping the stream. I'm moving on to The Wolf Among Us last chapter, but just wanted to do the little post-mortem on this. How did you guys feel? Good work on Caverns of the Snow Witch. Sir Percy Baltrex the Stout Blaster, Yoln, only died twice, which is not too bad for these games, actually. Fun times. Yes. The sun's rays burn your eyes, Lewin stamina. Oh. Oh, do you really, Shadow? That's awesome, man. Yeah, it is indeed a Telltale game, for sure. All right, good job, guys. Well, that was fun. That is the Sorcery Project. We continue to do these, of course, on and off. And we're going to be doing House of Hell tomorrow, so we'll be doing even more of those with 10-man games. So please let everybody know. There we go. All right. Cool, let me put this back here. case you guys are curious, this is what the cover of this book looks like, the American version. That was right there, House of Hades. Now, it was called House of Hell in the UK. And I'm going to tell you guys this as well. This book is brutal. I mean, freaking brutal. It was really hard. So we are going to be playing it tomorrow. This is the Tin Man games when we're playing, and it's brutal. So buckle up is all I got to say to that. I'm skinny. Yeah, 186, Fisk. 186 pounds. 186 pounds and 6'3" equals whatever this is. Yeah, it was a charity thing. I was doing a reading for a cancer research called Fiction for a Cure in Second Life. So that was that. All right, cool. All right, let me get the Wolf Among Us up here. Let's just take care of that quickly. And bear with me 1 second while I get this going, everyone. Yeah, good rolling today, by the way, Wyval. This was a team effort. Normally, LEGO does the rolls for us. Yesterday and the day before, the last session, Kilobyte was doing these, and yeah. Oh, I don't know what it would work out to. Is someone able to calculate what 186... I think I'm about 186. What 186 would work out to? I'm between 186 and 190. 190 pounds. What would that work out to in kilograms? Does anybody know? Okay. And let's get the Wolf Among Us here going. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's fade that out. Fun times with Final Fantasy VI, but now we are going to focus on the Wolf Among Us and its music. So, Chapter 5 of the Wolf Among Us is what we're going to do right now. I'm going to get the game started, then I'll change the game name. So this is Chapter 5, the final chapter of this game that we've been playing together, which has been fun. It's been good times. Okay, add. $84 kilograms. Thank you, Shadowed. There we go, 84 kilograms. Does that mean anything to anybody? Perhaps? Let's see. Oh, I need administrator access? What? Okay, so I gotta, all right, so you know what, guys? I'm gonna start the stream with the new title. So just give me 2 seconds, just bear with me, and I'm going to change the name. In fact, I'm gonna do it, let me do it, and I'll do it here so I don't have to spend more time. Apparently, I have to capture it only by running OBS as administrator. I should just always run OBS as administrator so I never run into that problem. Give me 1 second, let me just change the name of the game. The name of the game is... Among Us. Okay, and then we're going to fix that. Wolf Among Us. We're going to update it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to stop this, and okay, sounds good. So I'm going to stop this, and then I am going to start up the stream so I'm going to stop this and then start up the stream as administrator, okay? So bear with me, I'll be back in 10 seconds, roughly.